So, if you've been paying any attention to the table tennis world lately, a spoiler alert, you've heard the news. Zhendong, one of the greatest players we've ever seen, and Chen Meng, the reigning Olympic champion, are leaving the WTT and the world stage tournaments. Yeah, you heard it right. They're out. And the reason? Mental burnout, pressure, and the ever-growing fines for not showing up every single WTT events. Now you might be wondering, why are they doing this? What's going on behind the scene? Is this some kind of bold power move, or they just too fed up to deal with this anymore? Well, I'm about to break it down. A spoiler alert, their decision actually makes a ton of sense, and WTT might need to rethink their whole game plan if they don't want to lose more stars like them. Okay, so here's the deal. WTT is trying to turn table tennis into the next big thing. Like tennis or golf, they want individual glory, massive arenas, and huge sponsors. On paper, it sounds amazing, right? But there is a thing. It's not working. They're kind of missing the point. It's like trying to make a Formula 1 car run on go-kart track. Yeah, it will go fast for a second, but pretty soon it's going to go off the rails. They're trying to create all these individual spotlight, high-profile tournaments, and tons of glam. But let's be real, you can't just copy tennis when your entire prize pool is less than the cost of a few Wimbledon tennis balls. No joke, WTT needs to seriously up their game if they wanna keep real players like Zhendong and Chen Meng interesting. Right now, the prize money is nothing. If you're trying to lure top-tier players, it needs to feel like a lottery win, not like you just got a discount at your local sports store. Here is little perspective. The US Open in tennis, you win that and you're walking away with a whopping $3.6 million. A lot of zeros, right? But the WTT smash, a cool $100,000. That's right, $100,000. That's like the prize money in tennis for just showing up. So if you are trying to bring in the big gun like Zhendong, you need the prize money that matters, not just thanks for coming check. Now let's talk about something that's really getting under my skin. WTT's crazy schedule. They think table tennis can be treated like tennis, with its neat little ATP and WTA events. But, spoiler alert, it's not the same thing. Tennis players have a manageable calendar of big events. Table tennis players, they're juggling national championships, world championships, continental cups, and local leagues. It's like a table tennis marathon with no finish line. Zhendong and Chen Meng, they're basically playing a game of who can burn out first. They're expected to compete in everything, and what do they get for all these hard works? A couple of $1,000 and a fistful fine if they dare to take a break. WTT wants to be the tennis of table tennis, but they don't get one key thing. Tennis players have the luxury of skipping events, like the Davis Cup and the national championships, without much of a problem. This is thanks to the massive earning they make and the structure of their sport. They can afford it. But table tennis players, they don't have that freedom. They have to juggle everything. And when WTT keeps pushing for its events only, they forget the other important part of the table tennis, or simply doesn't care. Leagues, continental cups, world championships, and hello, the Olympics. They are team and single-based events that have been around forever. They're part of the sport's DNA. You can't just rip that out and expect the sports to thrive. And here's where it gets even trickier for players, especially for Chinese one. Take Zhendong. He's got to balance the Chinese national championships, the Asian championships, the Olympics, and the Chinese Super League. And that's all on top of the WTT events. He's got a lot on his plate. China's system has always been about the national pride, but now with the fine piling up, players like Fan Zhendong and Chen Meng are stuck in a serious dilemma. Do they choose to represent their country, or do they try to keep up with the WTT grind? That's a tough call. Alright, let's stop complaining and look at how WTT can actually fix this. They've got two options, and I think they need to choose both. First up, WTT could reduce the number of mandatory events and cut down on the fines. If the top players are burned out, what's the point of holding all these tournaments? It's like having a concert with half of the band asleep on a stage. It's not going to be good for the show. You need the best players at their peak, and that only happens if they're given the chance to rest and recover. And if they really want to be like tennis, WTT has to increase the prize money big time. We are talking huge prizes, enough to make top tier players look at their calendar and think, my main goal is WTT events and nothing else matters. They need to compete with tennis and golf in terms of reward for winning. Otherwise, these players will keep walking away. And who's going to be left? Empty stadium and some very lonely tables. So where does this leave us? The future of table tennis is hanging in the balance. But one thing is certain, if WTT doesn't make some serious changes, they're going to lose the players that made the sport what it is today. All that individual glory they want to create. If Fan Zhendong and Chen Meng keep walking away, they will left with some shiny trophies and empty brackets. Let me know, what do you think in the comment section? Do you think WTT will figure it out or not? Thanks for watching, and as always, keep playing.